Jen Psaki, you know Jen Psaki, she is the White House press secretary. She is a woman who is completely incapable of saying anything true, and I'm fairly certain that her prediction here also will turn out not to be true. She says that old Joe, confused, muddled, pudding for a brain Joe Biden, that he is going to run again in 2024. We've got a quote here from The Hill. President Biden intends to run for re-election in 2024. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki confirmed on Monday following a flurry of reports on discussions among Democrats about whether he would follow through on a bid for a second term. That's his intention, Psaki told reporters, confirming reports that Biden has been telling advisors and staff that he plans to run again in 2024. Biden would be 82 at the start of his second term if reelected. He was already the oldest individual to be inaugurated when he was sworn in January, and his poll numbers have steadily declined amid dissatisfaction with the state of the economy and rising prices in particular. Okay, let's be clear here. Joe Biden is not running for a second term. I do not believe that Joe Biden will even finish this term. We are only 10 or so months into term number one. His cognitive abilities have obviously failed faster than they intended, and they clearly knew something was wrong with him. There is a scandal brewing. As I always say, the scandal is the non-scandal. The fact that not everyone's talking about this at all times, that is the scandal. The way they can basically take your eye off something that you really can see. That is the scandal around Joe Biden, on top of the fact that the presidency has been an abject disaster. No matter what they tell you. They're telling you how great the economy is. Gas prices, parts of LA over $5 a gallon. We know about the supply chain stuff. Let's not even talk about Afghanistan anymore. Like, we all know all the stuff. We know all that. I do not believe he will run again, obviously. It's just nonsense. But that's just sort of political posturing and media lapdog sort of BS. But as I said at the top of the show, when I saw this story, I said, why don't we find a clip of Joe Biden having one of his Joe Biden moments? And I think we just found, this is about a 2-minute clip. You may remember this. I believe this is the same speech in which Biden referenced corn pop. Okay? I think it's the same exact speech as corn pop, but this is a different part, a lesser known part of the corn pop speech. Here's Joe Biden. Just, if you don't laugh during this. No, not if you don't laugh. I laughed hysterically. Again, that's why I have the tissues here. I was laughing hysterically. My guys were laughing hysterically. I just want you to really listen to this. And you tell me if this makes any sense, what this man said in front of these people for 2 minutes. Here we go.
I learned a lot. And I learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and they weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board. And if you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, in those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize, but I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, closed a straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
There are people who believe that that man is running the United States of America. And I'd like to have what they're having, because it must be beautiful to live in that world. What the high hell is he talking about? What is going on there? I do stand corrected. That actually was the corn pop clip. When we showed it right before the show, we missed those first 10 seconds. That was the corn pop. I don't know who corn pop is. I don't know who Mouse is. The rusty chains and the guy in the pomade with the... What is he talking about? And the best part of that is, go watch it again later. He rambles for 2 minutes. Nobody in their right mind. Please, if you're watching right now and you're in the live chat, please, someone tell me what that all meant. Like, sum it up for me. Can someone sum it up for me? But the best part of all that is he rambles completely incoherently in a deranged way for 2 minutes. And then when he gets to whatever the punchline is, which I'm still unclear what it was, everyone laughs. Oh, yes, well, of course, with the chains and the mouse and corn pop and the... Yeah, he's going to be president in 2024. They're all just liars. They're such freaking liars. But Joe's got problems. And Joe, believe it or not, he's even got problems here in crazy Los Angeles. This is video from downtown Los Angeles today. People are protesting vaccine mandates, and they don't like Joe. I just want to be very clear here. Brandon has a much, much better chance of running in 2024 than Joe Biden. Like, much better chance.